I'm on my journey back to dunking for the first time since I was 18 years old, and I was stoked out of my mind earlier this week because I was able to grab rim for the first time in 5+ years. Fast forward to this morning, and I aggravated my hamstring strain that I suffered last week that I thought I had fully rehabbed. This is a good reminder that progress is never linear. We're always going to have some ups and some downs. What's important is that we never stop when we're down. Instead of getting scared of playing basketball because I've suffered a calf strain, a rolled ankle, a hamstring strain all within the last year, I'm using these injuries as information about the areas that I need to work on more. I know I have not been doing enough top end speed, top end sprinting, which is leaving me more likely to suffer a hamstring strain. I know I haven't been doing enough plyometrics, which is leaving me more likely to have some type of calf injury. And I know I haven't been doing enough single leg stability exercises, which is leaving me more likely to roll an ankle, especially considering that I've rolled my ankles in the past a lot back in high school. As a physical therapist, I see patients giving up sports all the time in their late 20s, 30s, early 40s because they're scared of getting hurt. But I think it's important that we think about risk mitigation, not just from an injury perspective, but also from a health perspective. If I have to suffer a hamstring strain every once in a while that sets me back down a peg, that is much better than developing diabetes or heart disease or any other number of conditions that I will be likely to develop if I give up basketball. My favorite form of cardio. It's very hard for me to do anything other than want to play basketball. And if I get nervous about getting hurt or worried about rolling my ankle that I haven't fully rehabbed, not only will I lose a significant source of joy and competition in my life, but I will also be setting myself up for failure years down the road when I'm trying to play with my grandkids and still be golfing and playing basketball 40 years from now. The reality is that we don't get too old in our 30s and 40s and 50s to keep playing basketball. We don't train like athletes. We don't put the demands in the weight room and through plyometrics and running that we need for our body to be ready to play basketball. That is why we get old. That is why we develop injuries. It has nothing to do with age. It has to do more with what we stop doing. Now, with a full time job, it's a lot harder for us to put in that level of effort, which is why it's much more important to be efficient with our programs. So, yes, I'm still stoked that I was able to touch rim for the first time in years earlier this week. Yes, I'm pissed because I strained my hamstring earlier this morning, but I'm going to use it as motivation to fill in the gaps in my program and work on some things that I probably haven't been doing so that I can get back to dunking and playing ball without fear of aggravating some old injuries. And as I do that, I'm going to really focus on how time efficient can these workouts be. What's the minimal time commitment that I can do so I can still work my job, be there with my family, all that, but become the best athlete possible. So if you want to see some time efficient workouts, it'll help keep you on the court, follow along because I hope to find the most efficient way to stay athletic through your 40s and stay on the court for life.